die Verbrennung der Amerikaner.
Beautiful mates of YouTube, Aussie Marcel here. And before I get into the video, I just wanted to express a happy and safe New Year's for each and every one of you going into 2023. You know, I can't believe it's already 2023. You know, it's New Year's Eve here in Australia, and what a year we've had on the channel. I've always said that I wanted to create one of the most positive environments on YouTube, and you guys have never let me down. It's such a positive environment, and that's what I'm here for. Just recommending affordable fragrances to you guys and creating a positive environment where we can all recommend good fragrances, fashion tips, life tips, things like that. That's all I've ever wanted out of YouTube. And you guys are consistently delivering in spades. So I just wanted to express my most sincere thanks to each and every one of you for making this place, this little corner of YouTube, for all my beautiful mates, a happy and safe, positive environment. And yeah, I couldn't be more thankful for you guys. If it weren't for you guys, I wouldn't be here. And I just wanted to wish you guys a happy and safe New Year's. What is up, my stunning mates of YouTube? My name is Aussie Marcel, and in today's video I'm going to be reviewing a fragrance, but because my backlog of fragrances to review is so huge, I mean, this entire bag is full of fragrances, and then I've got like, I don't know, 15 sitting on the chair just over here. It's like, what the hell do I pick? I mean, it's New Year's Day tomorrow, January the 1st tomorrow, so we're gonna go out in a bang. I've been doing a lot of list videos lately, but I think I'll just stick to a single fragrance review. So while I figure that out, I just wanted to give a special mention to an affordable, cheap men's perfumery classic, and that is L'Armani Pour Homme. Now, this can be found here in Australia for about $10 AUD, and although it looks kind of, you know, ugly and old-fashioned and cheap, I mean, this is the new design, by the way. It is a remarkable fragrance for the price. Just have a spray there. It smells, I would say, 90 to 95% of the way there to Drakkar Noir, and that is my favorite scent of all time for nostalgic reasons. This, if you are in the market for something that smells like Drakkar Noir, but if you really don't want to spend $40-ish for like a larger bottle of Drakkar Noir, then L'Armani Pour Homme is an amazing alternative. I find it to be a touch sweeter and a little earthier than Drakkar Noir, but it still has those same herbal characteristics. It's still very aromatic. It's still got that powerful lavender note. And I wore this after I showered last night after a massive day at work. You know, behind the bar last night was absolutely killer, and I was on fire, man. It was beautiful. But yeah, L'Armani Pour Homme really is an amazing fragrance for the $10 price point, and a lot of people are going to say this one smells old-fashioned, it's going to smell dated like the 1980s, and as we progress further on into the 2020s, fragrances like this are going to be even more forgotten, and that's why I am here to recommend these amazing masculine fragrances from the 1980s that are still powerhouses to this day. And I've actually, you know, in my research online, I found that the formulation for this has been tampered with less than Drakkar Noir. So this is more powerful and lasts longer than Drakkar Noir, at least nowadays it does. Drakkar Noir back in the 80s was meant to be one of the beast mode fragrances. But yeah, check this one out for $10 Australian. And my fragrance of the day, John Varvatos, Johnny V, XX Artisan. This is a fresh, sexy, musky fragrance. Fresh and musky are two things that don't combine too often. And chromed out artisan bottle. Very sexy. Woods, vetiver. A hearty dose of musk. It's just a sexy fragrance. It's good for compliments, and I paid like $40. Yeah, I paid $40 Australian for this, down from about $100. That was a clearance price though. So, if the regular artisan is a little too white floral for you, a little too basic perhaps, then this is an amazing step up from that. You can find it off of sale, off of clearance for the exact same price as the regular artisan, at least here in Australia, and I would highly recommend checking that out. Now I'm such a sucker for John Varvatos fragrances. They all smell pretty amazing. However, the performance is usually a little on the lackluster side. Even fragrances like Dark Rebel and Dark Rebel Rider, the performance, despite the potent, powerful notes in them, they're not the best in the world. But John Varvatos Heritage, let's give it a spray, let's give it a smell. I'm going to be spraying it on my skin and on a tester strip. I got given a stack of Priceline tester strips because the girls there know I make YouTube videos and they wanted me to have some tester strips. Very lovely. Everyone in there in my local Priceline is amazing. And presentation for John Varvatos. Same sort of bottle shape as the other men's John Varvatos fragrances. Love it, classy with that leather look material on the front. I hope it's not real leather. And they actually, if you look carefully, they've got it embossed in the back here. They've got the fragrance notes. 125 ml John Varvatos. The fragrance elements: tamarind, tree leaves, sage flower, Mediterranean herbs, aura amber, vanilla, and black leather essence. Well, it sounds like it's going to be a sexy fragrance. Let's give it a smell. On the tester strip, solid atomizer. It just comes across as slightly herbal, sweet, with a sexy leather note. Man, this is just so incredible. This is one of those fragrances that you could really just smell all day. That leather note is very pronounced. This is predominantly a leather fragrance, but there's also a nice fruity sweetness to it as well. It reminds me somewhat of Tom Ford's Tuscan leather, but obviously a lot cheaper, not with the exact same quality ingredients, and it's less, it doesn't have that raspberry note. This is more just like a general sort of fruitiness here. And now I'll be trying it on my skin. Just let some of that perfumer's alcohol dry off a little bit. Tester strip. I get more of the herbal notes on my skin, and more of the leather as well. You get more of the fruits off of the tester strip, at least I do. It's still sexy, and it still has that round, fruity quality up top. I'm getting a slight berryish quality. I'm getting a little bit of apple as well. But yeah, John Varvatos is an undeniably attractive fragrance. This is just so sexy. And I only paid $40 Australian for this bottle. All of these John Varvatos fragrances that I've picked up recently, I got them on clearance for $40 Australian. Their regular pricing is somewhere closer to the $100 Australian mark. But man, if you can find them on sale, if you can find them on clearance, even though the performance isn't amazing, like this one you'll be lucky to get 7 hours on your skin. If you can pick them up at a very solid price, I would highly recommend it. Just purely because John Varvatos makes some of the sexiest fragrances on the market. The only problem is that the performance on all of his fragrances is just no good. They're all eau de toilettes generally, and the John Varvatos brand is really one of those fragrance houses that would benefit from releasing fragrances with a higher concentration of fragrance oils. I'm talking about eau de parfums and perhaps even parfums. I would love to see, for example, an eau de parfum John Varvatos, or an eau de parfum or parfum concentration of John Varvatos Dark Rebel and Dark Rebel Rider. Those two scents are amazing, dark, edgy leather scents. I mean, Dark Rebel Rider is the more leathery of the two of those, but yeah. As a brand, John Varvatos is underrated. It is slept on. It doesn't have the name value that it did, in the mid-2000s or the 2010s, but there is still a lot of value to be found in the fragrances, in my humble opinion, and I highly recommend checking them out. John Varvatos is a fruity, slightly herbal leather scent. It is very sexy, it is masculine, but it isn't so masculine that a woman couldn't pull this one off, especially if they loved leathery scents. Anyways, if you've ever worn John Varvatos before, let me know in the comments below. I can't wait to hear what you guys have to say. And until the next video, my name is Aussie Marcel, and I'll catch you guys around.